Great. Well, good morning, everyone. It's my great pleasure to be here today to talk about a new legislative initiative dealing with strategic litigation against public participation, otherwise known as SLAPs. SLAPs is a fairly common phenomena in the province of Ontario and North America writ large. Essentially, these are lawsuits that are brought against citizens groups, individuals, community associations, to stop them, to prevent them from speaking on issues that are of public interest. In many instances, as we know, our thriving communities get involved in issues that are important to their own particular community and neighborhood. They engage in very robust conversations to help make better decisions. And oftentimes we have seen that lawsuits have been brought forward to intimidate those community groups, to stifle debate, which is, of course, extremely concerning. I'm very happy to announce that this afternoon, during the routine proceedings, I will be tabling a private member's bill, Protection of Public Participation Act. The purpose behind the bill is to ensure that we discontinue the practice of SLAPs in the province of Ontario. Many of you may recall that in 2010, the Attorney General established a expert panel, an anti-SLAP advisory panel, to look at the notion of SLAPs, to see how best we can incorporate that in our laws in Ontario. The advisory panel did a very thorough work. They reached out to experts and community groups across the province. They received many submissions during their deliberation, and in October of 2010 issued a report asking the province to enact an anti-SLAP legislation. And they went beyond that in a sense that they provided recommendations in their report outlining the legal test, the different sort of mechanisms that should be put in place in Ontario to prevent lawsuits in the nature of SLAP. What I have done through the bill that I'm tabling today, that is the Protection of Public Participation Act, is take the recommendations from the anti-SLAP advisory panel and translate them into a legislation. We have done our very best to faithfully take all recommendations that are outlined in that panel's report and provide that through a legislative mean. In essence, what the bill does is provides for a new speedy method to deal with SLAPs. Traditionally, these type of litigations take a long time. It takes a lot of resources, even if you're trying to get them dismissed in current rules within the courts. It will take anywhere to 2.5 years to get them thrown out. What the legislation does is provides a framework where a matter such as SLAP can be dealt with in a 60-day time frame. It also rebalances an inequality of financial resources. We have seen examples after examples where SLAPs have been brought by entities which obviously have the financial wherewithal. They have the deep pockets to silence critics within the community. However, on the other hand, at a community level, you've got a lot of bake sales taking place in order to fight SLAP suits. A lot of times it's individuals who are targeted or community groups. The attempt in the legislation is to rebalance that financial inequality by ensuring that there are cost consequences that are available to the plaintiff, the individual or entity who has brought a SLAP suit. And most importantly, what we're providing for in this particular bill is stronger legal protection for citizens engaged in public participation, to making sure that these type of suits do not take place at all to begin with, and creating that culture of transparency, of open conversation and discussion, so that we are at a local level, at a community level, with the full participation of citizens across the spectrum, are making better decisions. I can tell you from a personal experience as a lawyer, litigation is no fun. If you ask any lawyer, it is quite stressful. It is a huge strain on resources. It creates anxiety on individuals who are subject to that particular litigation. If we can ensure that lawsuits are not prevalent in our community. The lawsuits are not being brought to simply to deter people, to silence people and community groups. I think we are going to result in a better province and better public decision making in the process as well. I have seen in my community of Ottawa Centre SLAP suits being brought against individuals. These have been unfortunate circumstances, and of course has resulted in many instances a chill on the community. People within the community think twice before they bring any measures or advocacy forward. And that's, I think, is regrettable. That's why I'm very pleased to say that I've received a wide support for this particular bill. A very active community association in my riding of Ottawa Centre, Hintonburg Community Association, is actively have advocated for anti-SLAP legislation and have endorsed the bill that I'm tabling today. In addition, Federation of Urban Neighborhoods, which is a province-wide organization representing community associations from across the province, have also come out in support of my legislation. We have seen support for anti-SLAP measures from a wide variety of stakeholders across the province. Organizations like the Ontario Bar Association have spoken in favor of it. The Association of Municipalities of Ontario have spoken in the past in favor of an anti-SLAP legislation, and so has the Environmental Commissioner of Ontario. This particular bill that I'm tabling today is also endorsed by groups like Eco-Justice Canada, Environmental Defense, Canadian Environmental Law Association, and Greenpeace Canada. And we have representatives here today who are open to speak to media, who we have worked very closely with, have contributed quite positively about different aspects of this bill, and feel that the legislation that I'm tabling today is going to make a positive difference in the manner in which decisions are made in our province, the manner in which public participates in those discussions that are of public interest, and we will have a better form of decision making that place in the province. I'll stop at this point, but very excited for the opportunity. It's something that I've been working on some time to present this bill, a commitment that I made locally in my community in the last provincial election. I'm very happy to see a year later that we've got a comprehensive bill inspired by the anti-SLAP advisory panel that is being tabled. And I am looking forward to working with all three members from all three political parties and optimistic that this will move forward and will become law one day. Thank you very much. Questions?